Bienvenue à Coffee Break French.
Welcome back to the Coffee Break French Show. Moi, c'est Marc.
Et je suis Max.
Comment vas-tu aujourd'hui, Max?
Très bien, très content de commencer la saison 2.
Tout à fait. Une nouvelle saison, a new season of the Coffee Break French Show. Now, this is a weekly podcast, and in these weekly episodes, we're going to be helping you take your French to the next level, one coffee break at a time.
Exactement, Marc. So subscribe to the podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from, or if you're watching the video version, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Tout à fait. Alors, Max, une question. De quoi parle-t-on aujourd'hui?
De quoi parle-t-on? Eh bien, on parle du pronom on.
On. Très intéressant. Alors, on va commencer?
On y va.
So we're talking about the pronoun on.
Oui.
Let's just review a little about subject pronouns in French.
Yes, so usually you will have a verb table and 6 lines.
Exactly.
So we have je, I, tu, you singular, informal, then il, elle, on the same line.
And what we've got to be careful with here is not to assume that il, elle, on means he, she, it.
Exactement. It does not mean it.
Because that on is quite a versatile word. It can mean different things in different situations.
Yes, at least 3 main meanings.
Exactly. So, je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, ils, and elles, plural, basically.
Exactement.
Okay, but coming back to that on, it can mean different things in different situations. Shall we go through each of those situations and explain how that works?
Sounds good.
Okay, so what's the first use of on?
So the main one, I would say, is to say nous.
Yeah, so it replaces nous, and it means we. So we started the lesson, de quoi parle-t-on? What are we talking about? On y va, let's go. On va commencer, are we going to start? And so on. So we're using on each time. Now we could have said, nous allons commencer, and so
De quoi
on.
parlons-nous, etc. Yes, so you will hear on a lot in spoken French. So it's slightly more casual than nous.
Mm-hmm.
But in a written form, you would prefer nous. In the spoken, on is widely used.
Widely used. So let's look at some examples of on when it's used to mean nous.
Oui, bien sûr. For example, si tu veux, Marc, on peut déjeuner ensemble.
Volontiers.
Right?
So if you want, we can have lunch together.
Oui.
So on there, again, referring to we. We could have said, nous pouvons déjeuner ensemble.
Absolutely. So here, this is why il, elle, on are on the same line, because on follows the conjugation of the third person singular.
Exactly.
On peut.
Yeah, so that same line of the conjugation, again, thinking, if you like, of those 6 parts of the verb, je peux, tu peux, il, elle, on peut. Then we've got nous pouvons, vous pouvez, ils peuvent, elles peuvent. But that on part follows the same as the il and elle.
Singular.
But it means we.
It does mean we.
In this situation, let's look at another example.
Ouais. On se voit demain soir?
Yeah, if we were to say, nous nous voyons demain soir, it sounds a little bit posh. It sounds a little bit sort of...
Too formal. Almost.
Yeah. But on se voit demain soir. Will we see each other tomorrow night? Do you want to do something tomorrow night?
And that's interesting because we have a reflexive here. So on se voit.
Yeah.
And not on nous voit.
Yeah.
On se voit. So it follows again il, elle.
Yeah, so the reflexive pronoun is always se.
Always.
Okay. We're going to be talking a little later about other times when other things in the sentence change, but we'll come to that a little later on.
Yes.
One more example of when on means nous.
On va au ciné samedi?
Yeah, so again, a suggestion, shall we go to the cinema on Saturday? On va au ciné samedi. Très, très bien. So that's our on, meaning nous, when it means we. Okay. What's another situation when we use on?
Another situation is when it's more of a generality, as in everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So not we, just the 2 of us or the 5 of us, but everyone.
And this is the one that, in a sense, it can sometimes be translated in different ways. You could say people do something or one does something. I mean, in a sense, in English, we have this idea of one does something, and we'll see that when we look at some translation examples.
And a good way to understand this meaning is by splitting things in countries, for example.
Yeah.
For example, we could say, en France, on mange beaucoup de fromage.
So in France, one eats lots of cheese, or we eat lots of cheese, or lots of cheese is eaten, almost. We've got that kind of idea. We could sort of make it a passive, but it's general. It's everyone. Most people in France eat a lot of cheese. We don't want to generalize, obviously, but it's basically the fact.
Generality.
Yeah. So, en France, on mange beaucoup de fromage. Just let's look at that from a pronunciation point of view as well, because we've got in France, see that part?
En France.
So it's the same vowel sound there, en France, and then a different vowel sound for the word for we, or one.
On.
On. So it's further forward in your mouth, on, versus en, which is more open in your mouth.
Oui. Okay. En France, on.
En France, on. Let's try saying all that together, okay? Go for it.
En France, on.
En France, on. Très, très bien. Okay, let's look at another example.
Ouais, following the same logic, en Italie, on parle italien.
Okay. En Italie, on parle italien. So, in Italy, one speaks Italian. People speak Italian. Everyone speaks Italian. It's that kind of generality again. One more.
One more.
I like this one.
You like it? En Écosse, on doit s'habituer à la pluie.
Okay, it's a little more complicated in terms of what it means. En Écosse, in Scotland, on doit, one must, we have to, everyone needs to, s'habituer à la pluie. So get used to the rain.
Oui.
It's what makes our country so green and beautiful.
Beautiful indeed. And here we see again, so we have a s'habituer. And if we used nous instead of on, it would be nous devons nous habituer.
Tout à fait.
But here we have on matching with se.
Okay, so because of the reflexive again. Okay, don't worry if there are words or expressions or grammatical explanations that you're not following here, because we've got lots of other lessons to help you with these. And we should have mentioned too that there is a blog article that accompanies this, which gives you more explanations. So do check that out. There's a link in the notes.
Exactement.
So we've had on meaning we. We've had on meaning a kind of general sort of statement about people. But there is another really interesting use of on. Tell us about this, Max.
So the other meaning of on is someone not identified.
Yeah. A mysterious person. Dun, dun, dun. So give us an example.
So, on a frappé à la porte.
Okay, so on a frappé à la porte. So the verb frapper, to knock. On a frappé à la porte. Literally, one has knocked at the door.
Exactement.
Someone's knocked at the door.
Yes, and we obviously don't know who it is. So it's on.
Yeah.
Someone unidentified.
Yeah. And it saves us identifying that person when you don't know. Sometimes it doesn't even matter who it is that has done the deed in this case.
Exactly.
So, on a frappé à la porte.
Another example to make it a bit clearer. On m'a volé mon portefeuille.
Well, I hope not, first of all.
No,
Good.
all
Okay.
made up.
On m'a volé mon portefeuille. So one to me has stolen my wallet. Someone's stolen my wallet, and we don't know who that person was, and therefore we can use on.
And because it's unidentified, in English you can use the passive to translate it.
Yeah, so like my wallet was stolen.
Exactement.
Okay, good. So my wallet was stolen. Can we also say, for example, quelqu'un m'a volé mon portefeuille?
That's perfect. So
Okay.
on can mean quelqu'un, assuming you don't know who.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so quelqu'un meaning someone. So someone has stolen my wallet. Quelqu'un m'a volé mon portefeuille.
A few more examples to get a good understanding of this. On nous a demandé de sortir.
Oh, we were asked to leave.
We were.
Oh dear. So on nous a demandé de sortir. One to us has asked to leave. We were asked to leave.
Exactement. Or on nous a dit que le musée était fermé aujourd'hui.
So someone told us, or again, more natural in English, as you said, using the passive, we were told. We were told that the museum was closed, did you say? Okay.
Today.
Oh, très important. Now, there's one aspect of this. We touched on it earlier. We've already looked at how reflexive verbs work with on. But there is one aspect which we need to be a little bit careful about, and that's when it comes to possessives.
Yes, and it gets a little bit tricky because we said on follows the third person singular line in terms of grammar. Not always.
So let's imagine the situation where we are going on holiday and we're asking have we packed our suitcase? So if we were using the nous form, how would we say that?
Est-ce que nous avons fait nos valises?
So have we packed our suitcase? Est-ce que nous avons fait nos valises? Now, if we're using on, then what happens?
Est-ce qu'on a fait nos valises?
So this is where it gets a little bit tricky, but that no is the same as we would use with nous. So nous avons fait nos valises. Have we made our suitcases? Have we packed our suitcases? But when we're using the on form, we would kind of expect you to use a third person possessive.
You would, wouldn't you?
But you don't.
No, so if it's us, so if
Mhm.
on means we, then to follow the meaning, we use notre or no,
Yeah.
depending if it's singular or plural, of course.
Okay, so it's about the meaning in that sense.
Yes.
When on means nous, then we can use a possessive adjective that goes with nous, so notre or no.
And this is only for possessive, as we established before, on se voit.
Exactement. So when would the situation occur that we would see a third person possessive, so sont sacés, with on?
So if it's more on of generality, for example, on doit prendre son passeport pour voyager.
So when you're traveling, one must take one's passport. So in this situation, when you're kind of saying one's in that idea, if you can kind of convert what you're thinking into a one concept, so rather than people must take their passport or everyone must take their passport or his or her passport and so on, if you can convert it into one must take one's passport, then it's a sont sacé.
Exactement.
Voilà. So in this episode, we've covered a lot. We've covered three aspects of on. When on is used as we, when on is used as a kind of generalization, and also when on is used when it's this unidentified person, or perhaps we just don't really need to know who it is that's done something or asked us to leave or whatever. And we've also looked at the idea where we need to think carefully about the possessive adjectives that go along with on.
Quel résumé, Marc?
Alors, on a fini?
On a fini.
We hope that you've enjoyed this lesson of Coffee Break French, and if you would like to see the examples and the information that we've talked about written down, then we have a blog article which explains everything, as I mentioned earlier, and you can find the link for that in the description of this podcast.
Parfait. And if you'd like more help with your French, we send out regular free email lessons. To subscribe, visit coffeebreaklanguages.com/French.
And you can look out for that next lesson in your inbox very soon. Alors, on a fini aujourd'hui.
On a fini.
C'est tout pour le moment. Merci beaucoup et à la prochaine.
Merci. Happy coffee breaking.
You have been listening to a Coffee Break Languages production for the Radiolingua Network. Copyright 2024 Radiolingua Limited. Recording copyright 2024 Radiolingua Limited. All rights reserved.